Previously on Batman. Where are you, you freak? I know you're around here. You can't hide forever. And if you sneak up on me, I will kill this hostage. I have no time to play games. Just come out and give yourself up, Batman. Where are you? Right here, old chum. Freeze's suit. I need something from out of here, officer. But what are you doing? No need to give you that answer. Give this to Freeze. Right now he's harmless and he needs it to live. And then report back to me. No problem, Batman. That's what I thought. Now, analyzing Freeze's suit. Ah, there's the piece I need. I also find it funny that his suit looks just like the guy from BioShocks, but whatever. What is up, YouTube? It's your host with the most, RonnRetrobro here, aka Big Brother, aka the grandfather of gaming, and we are back with another episode of Batman. Now, quick disclaimer before we begin. There were a couple of parts for some reason that froze up when I was recording them. And by froze up, I mean the game itself didn't freeze up, but for some reason the recorder froze up at some of those parts. So I cut out a piece of the portion. It only happens from what I saw within the part where you kind of stop Penguinn before you get into the main boss fight. So it'll kind of freeze at that little movie scene, but you'll still see the main boss fight in all its entirety without it freezing or any of that good stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. So now what we have to do is we have to go back to that area with all the water and stuff that I hated so much. You remember where I accidentally tried to glide, didn't, fell in the water and the shark ate me? Well, yeah, he's still around here. So we're going to go ahead and use our bat claws so we can go ahead and make it across the water. And we'll make our way to the center stage, which is the Iceberg Lounge. The Ice Disruptor will counter Freeze's gun so we can get near Penguinn. And we'll actually serve some justice because Penguinn has been a pest through this place the whole time we've been doing this. Henchmen, traps, all kind of stuff. Very lengthy stage. I kind of wish I could have went more to the left with it, but I'm firing to the right because it looked like the best decision. Oh, and this shark wants to work. Okay. Well, if you're going to hop on land partially, just go ahead and get whipped. Ain't nobody afraid of you if you're going to jump on top of this. Now, if I was still in the water like last time, yeah, but you ain't beating me on land. Alright. Let's go ahead and make our way in here. Batman, you found your way into my lair. See? It's curtains for you, Batman. You think because you got between my henchmen that you can take me with Mr. Freeze's gun? You're mine. Come up, Batman. I know you're there. I don't know. I'm from the old school, and Penguinn and the old Batman show used to always have like the mobster voice, so that's always my impression of him when he talks, even though he doesn't really talk like that in this game. He always has that 1940s mob voice. Anywho, let's go ahead and right here, when you get a little closer, you use the disruptor. It's been a while since I actually did this, so I'm trying to remember exactly how close I need to get, and obviously I was too close, so let's try to creep in a little bit and use the disruptor this time. Still too close. Okay, there we go, I got him. But I took too long to move. So, let me get a little closer and try this again. Got him. And this is where the skip happens. only because that's one of the parts that really froze up. So I went ahead and took care of that. But anyhow, we'll continue from here. And this is where the real boss fight happens. Solomon Grundy. Believe it or not, this fight's actually a lot easier than you would think. I mean, he hits for a lot of damage, but those little things you see on the ground there, all you really need to do is blow those up. And then when you blow them up, you can actually hit him for damage. So I'm trying to remember like exactly why blowing those things up damages him so you can hit him. I think if I remember correctly, you see how he's getting the electric shocks? I think there's wires and stuff attached to him, so when he pushes the button, the shocks go into him to kind of bring him back to life, which means that if you blow them up, since it's chain linked, he's gonna get hit by, well, an electrical fire, and that actually does damage. So I believe that's the reason why that actually works for beating him. I was just trying to see if I could see like anything along the field that looked like it was attached by wires, and yeah, I believe it is attached. Alright, so here goes the Grundy fight. He hits really hard, but he's really slow, and as I said, those little platelets on the ground, you gotta kinda throw the explosive gel in. I'm sorry, ladies and gents, it's kind of early when I recorded this. Like, I did it early morning while I was playing the game, and I'm actually kind of messing up here. Like, I didn't notice until I didn't notice at the time when I did it, because it was like early morning, like I think it was 2 a.m. But what I did wrong here that night was I actually pressed L2 and A and not L2 and X, which is what sets up the quickfire explosive gel. And the reason that actually happened, funny story, is because when you use the quickfire explosive gel, it actually makes you roll when you throw it, right? So for some reason, I think just because I was tired or whatever, I just assumed that I had to like hit the roll button even though it was saying L2 and X and not L2 and A, and I kind of goofed, and well, for a little while did L2 and A until I realized that I wasn't hitting the X button. And that's kind of what what's happening right now, but eventually that will be fixed. It's really weird that happened, but hey, like I said, I was playing this at like 3 a.m. in the morning when that happened. And then when I looked over the recording again, I was like, wow, I messed up and actually did that. But I was like, you know what? If people make mistakes, I'll leave it in. I won't even cut that out of the video. Cool. Now we can actually hit him. You do this about 3 times, each time getting a little bit more difficult, so slight twist. And by slight twist, it's either a combination of Grundy getting stronger or him attacking a little bit smarter. Usually attacking a little bit smarter is the thing. I think the 3rd time is when he gets stronger too.
Was getting yourself arrested a part of your plan all along?
Not exactly. Although I did get some one-on-one time with Hugo Strange.
And how was that?
Not good.
Correction, he gets strong like every time. Like, look at his body right now.
He knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. He also told me that something called Protocol 10 will make him famous.
It's ridiculous.
I can't leave Arkham City until I find out what it is.
Those little things on the ground, for those of you that noticed them, they stop you from using your detonators to actually be able to set the explosives. So you have to kill them with the batarangs and then set the explosives again. Keep in mind, if you stand still too long, Grundy will lunge and attack at you like he just did with me. Also, you can only set the detonators to hit him when those blue lights aren't on, which is like the symbolism of him trying to use the electricity. So you don't want to stand near it when it's blue, because that means he's about to give him a shock charge, and it'll actually hit you for damage as well. See? This fight's not hard at all. It's actually pretty easy, providing you're pressing the right buttons. And that's it for round 1.
Is the only cure.
What are you waiting for then? He's in Arkham City. Find him.
Only it was that simple.
And this is where round 2 begins.
I noticed.
The struggle at this part is real. Like, look how he's manhandling between his arms. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, he didn't even have to drag me over here. Like, if Grundy was smart, he would have just, like, snapped me in two. Like, he's manhandling me with one arm. All he had to do was, like, use both arms and, like, rip me in half. Like, he's obviously ridiculously strong. See? And now it's a little harder. He can shoot shockwaves out of his chain ball for some reason. Like he's just manifesting the electricity that's giving him power. It's pretty broken, actually. Oh, and he uses the worm thing still. Yeah, this part's a little bit more tedious. Mainly because the shockwave timing is always when you have the opportunity to blow off the explosive, so it makes it really irritating, and it slows you down from trying to set up to hit him, because you still got electricity coming out of these, and then you got the shockwave coming. It's like you kind of got to be close enough before time runs out to where you're gonna get hit by one of them while setting up. Like, it's gonna happen just because of so much stuff happening at the time that you don't want to waste time trying to dodge him with the small little bit of the window of opportunity you have to actually hit him. So in this particular case, it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to take damage and set him up. But anywho, that was the boss fight. It's nice and easy. And now we take on Penguinn, which isn't going to be a real fight at all, because as you know, the Penguinn can't fight. All we got to do is get past his rocket launcher. No big deal. I am a ninja. There is no way he's going to get me with this rocket launcher. Well, that time he actually almost hit me, surprisingly. Like, it looked like he hit me, but I'm looking at the health bar and it never went down. So he never actually hit me. Like, I still rolled on time. I'm not gonna lie though, it did look like he hit me because I thought he hit me too, and I looked at my bar and realized he didn't. Anyhow, he is about to catch this work. Nice and easy kill. Well, knockout. Batman doesn't kill people. This next section here is actually really tedious, and it's going to take up quite a bit of the episode. We're going to have to actually find Ra's al Ghul, and we need Ra's al Ghul's blood to try to help make an enzyme concoction to kind of cure the blood issue that Joker has in his blood. It'll cure Batman, it'll cure Joker, and all the people that he spread his blood in to kind of poison around Gotham. So we're going to have to find Ra's al Ghul for the Lazarus Pit formula or whatever. And as you probably saw, there was a ninja in the background of the glacier. Correction. And that ninja is going to be the way we actually track and find him. You'll see what I mean in a minute after Free stops talking about what I just told you. Like, if I actually was able to do the sound and stuff to the game, I wouldn't have, like, told you dialogue there. I would have let you hear it, but, you know, I can't do the sound in a Warner Brothers game, so you're not going to actually be able to hear what he's saying, unless you want to try to read those little words at the bottom of the screen, which I'm pretty sure you don't. See, yeah, that ninja right there. And it's ironic that all this happened, kind of cracked the glass so she can escape. Like, it's pretty funny, like everything was just set in motion and that happened. She actually looks like one of those girls from Mortal Kombat. What's the one with the blue that always wears the blue name? Katana. She looks like Katana. And now you see how we're gonna track her. The blood trail. So you know what time it is. We use detective mode, we analyze it, and now it's gonna be constantly using this to try to find her. Yay! We get to be a detective again. So as I said before, this portion is extremely tedious. It actually takes a while to get through. So what I'm thinking of doing right now is I'm actually going to pause the video for a moment, and then I'll do speed up for the rest of this portion, so it won't take as long as it would have, because this portion took about 40 minutes long. So just give me a sec. Alright, we're back, and I sped this portion up so we can get through here a lot faster. That way you can actually see exactly what you're doing for trying to find them, but I didn't want it to take as long as it was going to. I mean, even sped up, this is still going to take roughly about another 10 minutes, which isn't too bad considering it was like, again, 40. So as usual, talk to Alfred, get some information. And where you can see the little magnifying glass at the bottom, that's the blood, so you need to follow it. Now this part's actually kind of tricky because she kind of goes all over the place. And at the same time, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I have a hard time seeing in detective mode per se. Like, I kind of feel blinded looking at like everything in general when I'm in detective mode. Like, I can kind of see like where the blood and stuff is, which you're supposed to, but it makes it harder to see a lot of the bad guys and stuff. Like, I can see some of them in certain areas, but it's like, I guess, blind spots of everything else that's around you. So it's like, yeah, I can see the bad guys, but then if I was to try to fight this way and there was something like a wall or anything else near me, I wouldn't be able to see it and I would crash into it. So sometimes I have to kind of rest my eyes by turning it off so I can look around and actually see everything else that's in the area, like the harder structures, because you can see the people, you can see what you're looking for, but the actual like structures of buildings and stuff are pretty hard to see. And it looks like she's down here somewhere, well, at least her blood is. So we're gonna take these guys out so we can continue investigating. Go ahead and get them out of the way. And as you see, they are not ready for the hands. Like, this is all day. Alright, now let's go back to searching. Okay, is she going down here? Let's check over here. No, that's definitely where we came from. So yeah, she went down there somewhere. Okay, yeah, this is definitely where the trail is going. See, like, she goes somewhat everywhere. Like, this part is so annoying. Like, it actually took a lot longer than this, which is the reason I sped it up. But yeah, it's almost like a wild goose chase. And because Arkham City has so many enemies and stuff, it's like you're tiptoeing so you don't be seen, so you don't have to worry about fighting them as you do this, just to kind of make things go a little faster. And we found a bandage of hers. Yep, she's definitely here. We just got ambushed by her. And now that we're at this portion, I'll slow it down again, so just give me a quick second.
Alfred, have you got my location?
Alright, and we're back. And I put it back to normal speed now we're doing the chase portion. I just wanted to rush through that whole searching section that we did before, so it wouldn't take as long.
There's more interference than usual.
I need an immediate drop on the roof of the Ace Chemicals building. I'm on my way
This
there.
part, once you finally find her, is actually fun. Like, it makes you really feel like Batman. Like, kind of like if you ever saw the animated series that used to come on with him and Robin, and how they used to chase certain enemies and fight them on the rooftops and stuff. Like, this portion of the game actually reminds me of that part, and this part is really fun.
Not exactly.
Look how tactical we are. Like, we let her get on top of us like this, like she had the upper hand, but we put a tracker on her and she does not even realize it. And look at Robin right here doing work.
Is Batman.
Like, I wish you guys could really hear the sound for this part, because like the sound is what really tips this part off. Like, pretty much what happened was that she was threatening Batman for following them, and then you just hear a random whistle come out of nowhere. Everyone kind of looks around like, who, like, what was that? And like the minute they turn their heads, boop, he just bopped the mess out of them. Robin is nasty. I like that hood too. Like, I actually want to play as Robin, but I don't think I got far enough in the game where I can select him. I'm more than likely not going to record me playing as Robin, just because I've already went through the game and I kind of want to showcase some, well, not even kinda, I want to showcase different games for you guys. Not that I'm tired of this game, because I do like it, but I don't see the reason to show you me playing as Robin after already going through a whole playthrough with Batman that we have already done for a couple of weeks now. So I'm gonna give everyone something fresh and do another game and another playthrough after we finish this one. But what I may do, possibly, I may do like a small montage of just some random fun stuff I did with Robin, like a few small clips, probably nothing longer than 2-3 minutes possibly. I'll see.
I don't wish to worry you, but it is the middle of winter out there.
I noticed.
Alright, so now we have to go ahead and we are going to take time to search for the entrance to where Ra's al Ghul is located. Now, as you see, the little meters thing is showing us where to go again. So we're just following that to get there. This won't be as hard to find as some of the other stuff we looked for at the beginning of the game. Like, this won't be too bad. Alright, that's not the entrance there. Alright, so is it okay? Yes, towards Amusement Mile, so it's by Joker's place. It's really weird. I've played through this portion I think about 2 weeks ago, And I don't remember going to Amusement Mile to get here, but obviously I did. Alright, so I can actually get past a lot of these guys without them seeing me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, because Amusement Mile got swarms of people and weapons and stuff. Like, taking the time to fight them really isn't worth it. And it looks like we're fairly close to the entrance. And we still haven't been seen yet, so not too bad. It's deep in this theme park. Okay, this isn't it. We should be able to get around here without them seeing us too. I'm trying to find a way to do this. At first I kind of thought of like fighting them, but there's 3 of them, so I'm really not going to want to deal with that just yet. See, there's people all over the place. Look how many are down there. At the same time, that's where the entrance is. So we're gonna have to fight some of these guys for that reason. Go ahead and take out this gunner. And then, since the smoke is still up, we should be able to hop in there and escape. We don't need to fight all of them. So let's go ahead and hop in. There we go. So let's continue our way through here. I find it really interesting how, like, in this game, everything is set up to where almost every route you originally go to, you kind of backtrack to, and it always leads to another place. Like, the last time we were in the sewers, we went here for completely something different. And I believe it led us into a subway. And now we're in the sewers, and we're going to use it to get to, like, an underground labyrinth to find Ra's al Ghul in them. It's just interesting how, like, all the places you go to are somewhat connected between the enemies. You would think, especially since a lot of them don't get along, and they all have different territory, their territory wouldn't be so close, but I guess not, apparently. But I guess that does make sense too, though, because they say Arkham City is, like, though it looks really big, is really a small place that's, like, excluded off for the prisoners. So for all of them to be separated, it would make sense that they wouldn't be separated that much if it's kind of like they're in a small, like, prison, if you know what I mean. Go ahead and take out this last dude real quick. There we go. So, to use this launcher that you guys see me using, it's actually pretty cool. Like, the way it works is, you can aim it where you want to go, and then while you're riding on it, you can aim again while riding to shoot it in another direction. So you can actually shoot the line and then shoot another line while you're riding it. That way you don't have to drop off the line while you're doing it. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I was a little too slow right there, so I'm going to try again. And this time I'll be quicker. Also, another thing that helps on this portion, if you hold back while you're on the line, it actually slows down how fast you repel yourself. So if you know you want to switch directions, you definitely want to hold down to kind of slow down how fast you repel. giving you the opportunity to actually aim and get to the other side. And there are some enemies down there, so let's surprise them first so we can take them out really quickly. Nice and sneaky takedown. Ooh, this dude got a knife. I ain't messing with him. Like, those are actually the most troublesome characters for me in this game, like, as far as henchmen go. Like, the gunners are pretty easy, bats, dudes that throw things, but the knife people are hard. Because there's a specific counter that you can purchase for knives, and even using it, I'm terrible at using it. So, that's why I didn't waste time buying it this go round. Even though later, we're going to have to, honestly, because when you fight Ra's al Ghul, you have to use that technique. So it forces you to do it at that point. Anyhow, as long as we move fast and throw them off guard, we can hit them and like when they're off guard. So it's the easy way to get rid of the knife guys in this particular case. Look at this. Ain't nobody trying to catch this work. There's like 30 of these dudes, and they're all kind of standing back and slowly creeping up on me like they scared to get hit. We're actually doing pretty good. I think the last time I did this portion, I actually got hit here quite a lot. And so far, we haven't been hit at all. Breaking records right now.
I feel I should thank you. Capturing Bruce Wayne is so much easier than Batman. But now that we have you, Protocol 10 is ready to begin. It will be my legacy, a monument to your failure. If you try to stop me, I guarantee everyone will know your secret.
Alright, I'm using detective mode to see which section we gotta go to next down here. Okay, there we go. And that's why you use detective mode when you don't know where you're going. I didn't even see the sequencer over here in the corner. Anyhow, once we go through here, we should be getting pretty close to a save point. So I'm going to save, and that will be the end of this particular episode. Okay, yeah, there we go. At first I thought it might have been for that little thing where you put a question mark. But no, we hit the right thing.
Alfred, have you got my location?
Cool. And a save point to be coming up. Come on, save point. We need one. We need to save. This video's been going on for a while. We need to save right here. I know there's supposed to be a save point nearby. But anyhow, if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll definitely be giving you plenty more Batman. You know, I always like to put up Batman once a week. So you will have some more Batman next week. Also, let me know who your favorite character in the Batman series is. But as usual, I've been RetroBro, and I am signing out.